So I know a lot of y'all, you know, I'm always talking about vibrations because I'm always going to talk about vibrations. That's just how it is, right? Yeah. So the voice is kind of a little hoarse. I know it's raspy, but it's hoarse today. But listen out. Check this out, right? So y'all know I be cloud watching and shit. A lot of things, kind of things. Some things I entertain, some things I don't. You know what I mean? Some things I'll see the title and be like, I'll catch it later. I don't watch it at all. If not, I'm in my world, my artsy world, connecting world. Like just had a meeting today with another director and stuff today. Because that's the one thing about being a creative. You have to build a team for yourself. You really do. And I've learned that the older I get, build some kind of team for yourself, invest into yourself, all these things, right? I'm not saying that there is not a concern out there, right? I'm not saying that things are not put out on the table without reason, right? And then there's some things you want to entertain and some things that you don't, and some things spiritually you just can't do it. You're like, oh no, I can't. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And what happened is um it's just the whole thing of you watch something and you can clearly see that this person is mentally ill, right? This person, it's kind of hard to just use the word mentally ill, but it is what it is, mentally unwell, right? And you see this and it's playing live in front of you, and it's like, well, damn, it's fucked up, right? And then there's a pattern of people who all begin to look a certain type of way. And then there's a pattern of women who deal with a certain type of man or a certain type of woman or a certain type of environment or a certain type of people who carry on certain looks and certain ways and certain styles in which is a part of their energy, right? And that's alarming. When you have a group of women who fuck a certain male type and everybody goes, well, it's who you choosing. Yes, we're going down to that conversation, okay? It's who you choosing, right? And then you say, well, I've seen women choose males of this caliber, and I've seen women choose males of this caliber. I see women outside today in my real life that are rolling around in nice cars, but you could see it in her face that she is very unhappy. Or she has a nice house or something, but this woman is just completely just not well. There are times that I have walked to not walk, but I have gone to like a vendor or gone to a food truck, and something in me doesn't want to even get food from this particular woman because I look in her face and I'm like, she's gonna fuck up my order. Something is not right. Something is imbalanced about her. Something in her eyes is just all over the place. Okay? All of this stuff. Then there is so many other things. You see women who wear their weave looking crazy a certain type of way, or women who wear their weaves a certain type of way. You got women who dress and look a certain way. It's just a pattern of what you see. And you see the male sitting right next to her, and you just go, oh. You see the woman sitting right next to her, and you go, oh. All energetically telling you something. Why has the Black woman become Public enemy number one. Why has the black woman become the one that everybody hates at this point? Do I have to say it? Because the black male, that was his goal. That was his goal. And that has always been his goal. And the mammies will tell you, well, someone is going to do that to you because they don't want someone else to want you. That's still not okay. It's the equivalent to the boy popping your bra because he likes you. No, if someone's being mean to you, they're fucking mean. If someone likes you, they're going to show that they like you. That's not how you show somebody that you like them. That don't make sense. This is the part of why some women out here in abusive and people are in abusive relationships to this day because of that fucked up psychological mentality. And here's another thing to also note, people. You got people who have no limits to what they're doing in that bedroom. That plays the part too of the mind. Okay? Also, it's a lot of low vibrational motherfuckers fucking each other. And so their vibration don't go no higher than where it is. And this is why someone like me, I stress leaning into yourself. Somebody always told me, I got it now. I'm starting to wear my jewelry more. My jewelry that go all the way up to my arm if I wanted to. My certain type of jewelry on my neck. I'm getting back to wearing my motherfucking, I saw some black diamond fucking Cuban zirconian black ones. About to go back to wearing that. All kind of little shit about my life that I'm doing again. Going back to wearing custom pieces, custom t-shirts and stuff. Rotate them out in different colors. I'm going back to that. All to have that everyday work look, that what I'm focused on doing every single day look. Just keep it going, keep it moving, right? All of that. Just as I get back into myself. Because I realize when I lean into myself, people get out of my way. When I lean into myself, there's certain energies and people who don't come around me. When I lean into myself. And when I have been leaning into myself, I know this little slick shit that be happening at work, but I just don't even let it get to me. I go my own way. Because I understand that these are the distractions that come with what you're doing. But now, this topic up here that you see, mental illness, are people starting to recognize the manipulation? Everything is cause and effect. Okay? Everything is cause and effect. And you had a bunch of people manipulating everybody. Straight being manipulative and mean. We have to put it out there. Manipulative and mean. And then you have a trans attack children while they're praying, confirming everything that everybody already felt about transgenderism. You have all of these people, and I'm not trying to go too deep here because I don't want to offend, who have gone to transitioning, both sides. And one side that was transitioning, it wasn't even for them because after they transitioned, they still fuck men. It was all a fucking game against the woman. All of it was about the woman and forcing her into this fucking patriarchy. That's what every single thing about it was about. Every trans male you see is fucking a male on your local adult entertainment. Got them. Oops. And so these things keep happening and cycling around because it was all a game. Just like a lot of things are all games. I watch a lot of CIA stuff. And the CIA says you can be whoever you say you want to be. And I've been told this before. You can be whoever you say you want to be. And you can become that person that you say you want to be, right? And you can live your life as the person that you say that you are. But there's a universal thing that's there with it. I tell y'all that all the time. But here's the main thing. People who look at this world for what it is, you know, those of us that are not entertained and think that all your kids are cute. Those of us that look at you crazy when your child got chocolate on their hand and that child look like they're about to come run and touch our little pretty outfit. And we look at the parent like, if your child fuck up my shit, you gonna pay for it? Or I'm gonna call the cops. You know, those of us that don't fall for that kind of manipulation or manipulation of people trying to use their kids to do, like, you know, all these little stupid shit that we see in this world. Are those of us that's not impressed by the term of love and relationships and these things that people are trying to tell us? Those of us are not manipulated by that. Those of us that read these kind of books and really apply it to our lives. Those of us who are real spiritual practitioners and don't give a fuck. We know how wicked this world is, so we fight wicked with wicked. Those of us who are the most unliked, who try to remain the most quiet, but everybody seems to be in our face. Y'all get it. Y'all know what this shit is. And none of it surprises you. I walk around in this world and I be wondering, why the fuck is there so much attitude outside? I thought I left New York City, right? This is what I would say to myself. I thought I left New York City. Why is there so much attitude when I walk outside? Because it is a vibrational thing. Confidence, being yourself, being in your own world, dressing how you want, brings about a certain type of vibration over yourself. And people vibration are so fucking low, they just instantly, just something about you just makes them walk away, just get away from you. It's not even personal. You have to understand it like this, people. When 2020 hit, all right? When 2020 hit, I'm gonna do my laundry at night today. I think that's the best option. As soon as that sun go down, I'm gonna start doing this laundry. Okay. When 2020 hit, that was the time that the world had literally a Saturn return. We was all bought to be inside. We was all bought to sit down with ourselves. Some creatives, 2020, we couldn't even create. That's how much we had to do self-reflection. There was people that couldn't play their guitar, they couldn't play the piano, couldn't write songs, barely write stories. They could not do nothing. That creative energy kind of just deplenished. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on this. I'm gonna use all my, and it did not happen. Because so many people, domestic abuse, start realizing what they was in a relationship for. There's so many people who, I don't have to go on and on. So that was 2020. So now we at 2024, heading into 2025, because that's when he became the president. 2024 going to 2025. Well, 2025 like the fresh year that this man is the president, and we about to hit a whole year that he's been the president, right? November, right? So now people who voted against themselves, shit is hitting the fan for them. And they have cut their nose off to spite their face. And these people are losing their minds. There are people who have been depending on a system for so long and have irresponsibly been birthing children for so long that they can't deal with the reality of how much people want to purge them off this fucking planet. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? They want to purge them off this planet. I need you to understand what I'm saying to you right now. And so these people can't handle it. But for those who listen to V314 Bad Craft Radio, you already knew how fucked up this world is. You've been new. And maybe like me, you was in your 30s into mid 30s, so you had a bit of a midlife crisis and life changed and life brought about major transformations and major awakenings and self-unfoldments. And a lot of bridges had to be burned in that time, maybe like me. And so you got to go into your own little Muck place in life to be where you are now, to just be like, man, yeah. But understand outside of you what is going on here. Your daily life, listen, you want a quantum leap? Absolutely. Go quantum leap. Manifest. Go do that shit. Okay? But I need you to understand the safe way to do it and the best way to go about doing it. I need you to understand the importance of doing what you love, being yourself, even with your 9 to 5. You don't have to quit your day job to do what you love and be passionate about it. I need you to go into the spaces with people like yourself. I need you to physically go into the spaces with people like yourself, but still following your intuition while you're in those spaces. I need you to understand that online is not the best place to be at this moment. That actually the worst people are going to be online. Yes, yes, yes. My current relationships online. Okay, I'm not projecting. I'm telling for myself. Is anybody who know me? For myself and everybody else that I see, they don't last. Okay, but people who met face to face, probably from high school, college, or after that, and between that, somewhere else, those relationships last. That's what I see. I mean, long distance relationship, that's a choice. That's equivalent to online. That's your choice. But still, I believe face to face, people in your energetic space where you go, people who you walk out here and you can go into the same classrooms together and same spaces together are worth your time so much more in this world. And that is the beginning of where you can wean out the bullshit in your life. But if you still do attract bullshit, then that means that there's self-reflection that you got to do it within. Now it ain't about online and all that. Now it's about you. Because wherever you go, you take yourself. Whatever you attract is you attracting yourself. It doesn't matter. You can't get away from that. That is who you are vibrationally. Also, y'all, understand with this mental illness, okay, and people not being able to really take their meds because of this Trump thing, because a lot of people are not able to pay for their meds. A lot of people have got hit hard in their state. Okay, because remember, your state plays a part in, you know what I'm saying, what happens to you and da 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 da. But a lot of people got hit hard by their state, and so therefore, there's a lot of stipulations to things that they need to get. Okay. I would like to also add that, how do I say this? I would like to also add that you need to know how, okay, I guess you're going to ask me, well, what if I want to meet people? Fine, I'm not saying don't meet people. Socialize, live your damn life. I'm not telling you to be a hermit. Okay? For 1 second. Yeah. Excuse me, headphone users. I'm not saying that. What I want you to do is just pay attention a little bit more. When you're sitting down and you're listening to shows and people are sharing things with you about other people's choices in their life, and it sounds a little out there. When you're listening to people, have certain topics, and I don't know, they put this race of person to be like, hey, black women, you don't do this better than a white woman and shit. When you have this, oh, I'm African and I'm better than you, and they run down how much better than you they are. What I'm trying to get you to see, what I'm trying to get you to see is these types of people. Do you get what I'm saying? These kinds of people are who they are because that is their level of life and that is their vibration. As long as you keep your standard, no one can come in between who and what you are. Read books on energy, read books on frequency. Quantum leaping is an actual real science. So study quantum leaping. And quantum leap to whatever life it is. Meditate yourself to whatever life it is that you visualize for yourself. I tell y'all all the time, at 40 years old, I've been a writer all my life since a little girl. And at 40 years old, I got up one day and took a book that I wrote and decided to make it into a film. And then this film that I'm making has turned into a whole nother story than what I wrote in the beginning. It was a romance story that had an underlying crime theme that I didn't realize that the crime theme shone a light over my storytelling. And I want you to think about that. And I told y'all, I don't know even when I started this year, but I know I got up and I did it. And I sat down for 3 months straight since the top of this year of all the things that I wanted to do. And I remember I went to She-Ra 7. I was like, well, what about people who got multiple things they want to do? And she was like, stop doing so many things. Find one thing to do. And I was like, fuck her. I'm multitasking. I'm multifaceted. Da da da. Then eventually I had to sit down with everything and said, what do I love the most? And that is how it all began. And I told you, I can't even tell you the story of what happened between it just happened. And these are the most beautiful times of your life. The things that just happen, like, damn, I just got up and did this and it just worked out and it looks good and this and that. Because when you get to this age, you have more wisdom. You have way more wisdom. When you get to mid 30s, the 40s, and you have way more wisdom and discipline. This is why they teach discipline so strongly to people in their 20s. They target people in their 20s to teach them the art of discipline. Because once you hit, you get some practice in, and then you really get that practice in your 30s, you a beast in your 40s when it comes to that discipline and that self-care and all them things. When you get to this age, okay, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, damn, yo, I don't think I would have even halfway understood the artistry of this craft here, this writing craft here, if I was in my 20s doing it. I for real, I'm being serious. I said I don't think I would have like when I think about all the books I read and what I learned and how much I studied, and I was like, these are the little things that I was missing and understanding about how I was doing things. I had an idea, but I did not really fully know and understand and fully grasp the idea. Does that make sense? Um, it's something else I do want to mention. I think that to everybody, I don't lost it. Okay, you're right there. To everybody, I think that as a whole, right? I was thinking about how in my life, right? The hell is this? Yeah, no, I'm multitasking. I was thinking about in my life how much I have accomplished. Okay. How much I have accomplished. I was thinking about the the things that I have done so much of in my life that it's time for me to get the actual credit for it. Not that I'm looking and seeking other people's validation for my work. That's not what I'm saying here. But I'm like, I need to find the credit that I can get, okay? For what it is, that I've been doing. Do you get what I'm saying? I deserve to sit down and go to IMDb. Okay. I deserve to sit down at an IMDb, and have a credit for this. I deserve, just all the things that I have put my foot into. And I was saying that on top of that, I want to put work into, how do I say it? I want to put work into, how do I say this? Pretty much other people that I work with. Does that make sense? So therefore, not only credit for myself for the work I've done, but I also want my name with working with other people with my name, as well as my name is working with them. I'm humble enough to be like, hey, can I just join you on your film set to learn some things and take this person's course and classes and invest into that? Like I can do that. And it's not a problem for me to do that. It's not a problem for me to sit down and be okay with that part of my life being that part of my life. Does that make sense? It's not going to hurt me to sit down and be able to just be like, hey, I work with this person on this class, on this project. You know, oh, damn, this person's name is on my project. I was on the set with this person on this project. I'm okay with that. Without having to feel like, okay, somebody is going to steal something from me. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to steal my idea. I don't have that mentality. And it takes a lot of growth. Okay. It takes a lot of growth to get to that point in life. Okay. It takes a lot of growth to be like, you know what? I no longer, I let this go and I let this go. I let this ideology go and I let these beliefs go. And I mean, I'm not, and I'm being honest, I'm not trying to be on some shit like that. I think y'all know where I'm going with this. Because I'm at the age to do it. And I hope you all understand exactly what I'm talking about. See, a lot of people tend to go through this thing. For example, I understand people being expressing things, right? And I just want y'all to hear this example. They say, well, the last time I worked with this person stole this, that, and the third from me, and this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And I had this problem with somebody. And it's like, okay, somebody stole something from you. You had a problem with somebody. Okay. And what begins to happen with this said person that has these kind of issues with people? It carries with them. And what I mean is, if you begin to work with this person, something in you is going to feel like, first of all, we know from dark psychology that people tell you who they are by what they present, right? So if someone says to you, well, somebody stole my idea and I don't trust people because they steal ideas, the first thing the mind is going to do is think, well, this person steals people's ideas, right? That's the very first thing that the mind is going to think. Okay. Another thing that the mind is going to start thinking is, how do I say this? Can I trust this person? Right? Because energetically, you're going to say, well, what is it about this person's energy that someone is stealing shit from them, right? Now, that's not a bad thing because I'm somebody, y'all all know my story. I am somebody that people have stolen shit from. Correct? I am a person that people have stole a lot of shit from. Believe me or not, I do not care. I know what the fuck happened in my life. Right? Then there's also the part of How do I say this to y'all? You have to be able to have proper discernment as you get older. That's what I'm trying to get to you as a whole. You have to have proper discernment as you get older. That means no more tiptoeing around who the fuck people are in your life. You say, you know what? I got a good feeling. Okay, I got a good feeling. And I'm going to work with this person. Or you go, uh, I don't know. And you kind of stick with that I don't know feeling. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. But you got to get to a point in your life where you just like, okay, this is it. Okay. Now, what is the point of this is it? The point of this is it is because what I'm finding, people, right? It's too many grown ass people who are screaming about being betrayed. And because they're walking around here screaming about being betrayed, something about it is starting to bother me. Because at this point, first of all, at this point in your life, you should be able to, how did I say this? You should be able to know how to know. Okay. You should be able to know how to just instantly have that instant at a certain age. What is an issue that I see? Okay. When you come at somebody and you're like, hey, da 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 da, this happened to me, and somebody ripped me off and they stole my stuff from me, and da 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 da. Energetically, someone's going to look at you as if you are going to start stealing their shit. Trust me when I tell you this. People energetically are just something in them is going to be like, are you going to steal my shit? Are you going to start are you going to start are you going to start taking something from me? Or when you ask me questions, are you going to make sure that we're not writing the same thing? Which one is it? And this is how it all goes down. And this is how it all goes down every time, y'all. This is also uh something else that I want to bring up. And my bad for talking so damn slow. I'm ordering something. I'm trying to not. I'm okay if I order myself a salad. Salad is a good thing to order right now. It's not going to make me feel so guilty to order a salad. I just wish I can. I don't have no more bottle. I didn't buy no bottle of water, but I just wish I had more water. I got ice though. But the thing is, fuck it. You have to be mindful that when you're going out here in this world and you're building with other people, that you truly know how to build with other people. That when you go out in this world and you create with other people, you truly know how to do that shit. Because one thing you don't want to do is carry your woes and pains and troubles into the next person, into the next person, into the next person. You have to believe in yourself. You have to know yourself. And most of all, you have to follow your intuition. People are tricky, I know, but you have the beauty of researching someone down, inside and out, up and down. You have the beauty of if someone says, here's a mistake that I made in my past, and I don't want you to make this mistake. You don't let anything slide. You keep yourself professional, tip top professional at all times. That means that if someone comes to you and they want to work a film with you, you need to, I know I don't have this, but, and I have one, I just don't have it published. You need to see a website. Everybody doesn't show their face, that's fine, but you still need to know that this person is real. You need to see a resume of their work. And it's your choice at what level. I have joined groups and they're like, do you have an IMDb? And I realized that question means that if you don't have an IMDb, that you cannot go any further through this door. So what did I learn? Okay, learn how to get an IMDb and put yourself out there, right? Another thing, I also learned, how do I say this? I also learned through my experience what do they offer to people? Okay, that's another thing. What do they offer to people? Do they host writing classes? Do they host art classes? Do they have events? Do they attend events? Do they have pictures of events and stuff that they've been to and connect with other people? What kind of other people are they connected to? Who are their associations? Who are their close associations? Do they work with their friends? Do they work projects with their friends? All of these things are very key. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Because I had to take it to the dark psychology mode. I think I might go ahead and get the buffalo wings and Italian chef salad. It is what it is. I thought I was going to pay with my card. That's going to put me down to 80 something dollars. Listen. And so all of these things to consider, all right? Why is it important to consider these things? This is how you don't get got. And whenever you are being very serious and whenever you're doing something for somebody. Now, going back to the dark psychology of a thing, right? The dark psychology of a thing says this, okay? You go into a movie and this person is completely tricking this person, completely lying, tagging their fucking text messages and all these different things. So when you really pay attention to that movie, you are going to see what was obviously in that person's face. And I'm sitting here trying to pull up something. Okay, let me just try to. I'm trying to pull up something here. Okay. Shannon was her name. All right, her name was Shannon. Okay. Number one, what did I tell you? You don't let things slide. You don't let little motherfucking things slide. Okay. Never let anything slide. Okay. Now I'm not finding it, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm trying to find this particular person so you can look at this woman. It's on Alex Cross. And there is a particular scene in Alex Cross where yeah. Okay, Cross and Samson narrowly missed their chance to save Shannon. Oh boy, that was so sad. This is the iconic scenes. I would just go ahead and just show this part, okay? I want y'all to just look at this woman, and I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the warning because you who's being trigger warning. This is kidnapping. This is abuse. This is but there's nothing vulgar or anything that I'm going to show you, but the scene itself is disturbing. Okay, so just want to put that warning out there for you as I get here and I share this screen with you all. Please, screen y'all, don't start acting a goddamn asshole. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute it though. I'm going to go ahead and show this scene. This right here is a lady named Shannon. Okay, this is fair use. This is for the purpose of teaching. And then anybody that want to watch the show Alice Cross, it's promoted. I'm not sponsored to do this. You can go watch it on Amazon Prime. Basically, if you have Amazon Prime. Also, if you have even a subscription on YouTube, and I think it's on Paramount. So you have a certain subscription on YouTube, you can actually go ahead and watch this. Like if you have Paramount, Showtime, and all that. I have most of those. So yeah. Yeah, because I think I have the whole Paramount package. So let me tell you something. How did Shannon get here? Let's go back. How did Shannon get here? How did she get here in the basement with this guy right here? Okay. With this right here. Okay. This is not what she looked like. This is what he made her look like. Okay. Now, that's what his thing was. I don't want to spoil it for you, but that was his thing. He was a copycat murderer, but it was all artsy and stuff. And I like the storyline. Okay. So when Shannon met this man right here, the first thing he did was catfish her. Okay. He catfished her. Okay. And he began to love bomb and talk very softly. I don't like people who talk softly to me. I don't like people who speak softly to me. I don't like people who soften their voice when they talk to me. I don't fucking like people like that because it's condescending and I hate that shit. I hate condescending motherfuckers. I just do. And so this is what he did. Giving her attention. Now, mind you, he snapped a picture of her when she went to get some coffee or something from the store. It wasn't even him. It was someone else. Now, me, I would have caught on to that. I would have felt it. I would have turned around. I would have been like, is this motherfucker taking a picture of me? I would have just caught it. So what happened was Um, while that was going on, right? It turned into her still carrying on with him, her going to this event where he was like, you can't have a cell phone and you can't have this and that. Honey, let me tell y'all something. Someone a stranger you just met is taking you to a place like that. That's a red flag number one. I have anybody I have taken out, we were cool enough that I would be like, you can't have your phones out like that. You can't have your phone out like that. You could have your phone on you, but you can't just be recording stuff willy nilly in this space. But you can have your phone. But it was like there's no cell phones. You have to give up your cell phone as soon as you get in there. Red flag number one. But let's go back to the very beginning of it. You should never tolerate anybody catfishing you. Okay? And I don't think catfishes are hard to capture. I'm going to tell you where you're going to get fucked up. Number one, if you like the person, you have to let that go. I like you, but liking you should make you look a little bit deeper. Liking that person should make you observe a little bit more. That's what I like you should do. I like you should not make you blindsided because you like them. You have to look at everything as a fucking business. I would say for those of you who can go out here and fucking have one night stands, I don't know what to tell you. I don't live like that. I don't know what to tell you. Also, I don't have to go into the basic of where you meet people. We're going back to professionalism, right? Anybody who has any type of work that they've been doing, they have a space to show you the work that they've been doing. Anybody who is serious about their business and what they do, they have somewhere that you can go for you to see. And when you see them online, you will see it. Let me tell y'all about people who get tricked into femininity classes and have to pay buku kind of money, who get tricked into what Kevin Samuels image consulting classes that he was doing for buku's money and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you how that happens to you. You're not doing the proper research on that person. Your research is not proper. Okay? You're not, what is the word here? You're not being honest with yourself. And see, here's the thing too. How do you know what to research for if you're not doing it yourself? That's another thing as well. See, yes, say you look up somebody and you see work that they've done, but that work is like 2021. That's old work. I don't give a damn what you say. It's 2025. That's old work. And let's say you hit up other social medias and you just see a bunch of stuff that they have done since 2021. That's where they're at with their work. Either you continue with them or you don't. But see, this is the thing too. You have to be living it. Let me tell you something about people who are truly creative. I think being a creative is the hardest way to catfish, especially if another true creative is in your space. You cannot catfish that. But I feel like spaces like femininity classes and image consultants, even that's a tricky one too, but image consultant, things that seem a little bit shallow. Now, I'm not calling image consultant shallow, but things who seem to be a little bit on a shallow level of things, I feel like those is where people can get easily tricked and pulled in. But when somebody is telling you, I want you to take my art class, I want you to paint with me, I'm teaching you how to paint, or I'm teaching you something, I'm teaching you this, but also giving you free things at the same time. Those are the people. Those are the people who are a lot more genuine, because people like that, they're going to record their classes, they're going to show you people, they're going to have testimonies. So you can't fake that kind of stuff. And when I say you can't fake it, I'm being dead ass serious. You cannot fake that kind of stuff. So what about all you people? Oh shit, my pizza's on the way. So what about all you people? Actually, it's not pizza, it's a salad. It's on the way. That may have been tricked before, right? We have experience being fooled, and money comes with the hardest lessons, right? I need y'all to hear me closely. There are some things you can teach yourself with a book. There are some things that you can enjoy for free until that person proves to you that they're worthy of taking a class. When I get to a certain level in my life, I will start teaching. Okay, I will start teaching. When I get to a certain level in my life, I will do that. Because I actually do like to teach. Or I like to, on me, I'll write a book, and just that's what a teaching is in my book. I also want to stress, whatever it is that you're doing with your life, there's somebody teaching it. There's someone that's a mentor for it. And people who are serious are not super flashy. They are more focused on what it is that they can do to help you. This woman that I work with, I can say she's at the level of a mentor. Okay. And I appreciate that. And it is, that's the boundary of what it is I have with this woman. I've subscribed to her Facebook, everything. And I put aside, all kind of other little things, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, this person can be trustworthy. And I don't mind investing into this person. This person is trustworthy, because I can see that every time I connect with this person, anything with them, I am learning something. And I'm also learning myself more. And I'm learning that here's another thing. How serious are you? Is your subconscious even serious about what it is that you want to manifest and do for yourself? Because even if your subconscious is not aligned, I think somebody coming to the door. If your subconscious is not aligned to what it is that you want to do for yourself, you're going to find, and I mean this, that things outside of you are going to reflect it. So you're not going to put the work in to really research this person. You're going to see this person, they did work 2021, and you still going to want to work with them without seeing what they've currently done. You're going to not look and see who's around them. What's, why I see a bunch of family members and kids and shit when you're supposed to be a filmmaker. All right, where's the work on your page? You're going to look past all that, because subconsciously you're not fully ready for what it is that you're saying that you are, or saying who you are. And that's another thing that you have to be very honest with yourself about. This world of business, this world of entrepreneurship, this world of getting up and doing for yourself is a world not for the weak, and it's not for the faint of heart, and it's definitely not for the weak. Because you're going to get got every time if you don't pay attention. Anything I put money into, even if I go listen to divestors or whatever, and I listen to their shows and stuff, I actually get a good key, but I also actually learn something from listening to their show. I don't really care that I'm not liked. It's like, we don't like each other. We don't fuck with each other, but we're going to beat this person up right here together, because this is the person we both don't like, but we don't have to fuck with each other. And I am totally okay with that. I am totally okay with that. All right. And then on top of being totally okay with that, um, I'm also looking at the fact that when you watch these type of things like on the screen, it can be scary. God damn, it's in 1 hour. It can be scary. And if you're afraid, then fucking good. It's gonna make you do things differently. Being afraid is not always a bad thing. It's the thing that could probably make you step up from what you've been doing, you know? And what I'm trying to say here is that as I have grown in life, there are people who are going to catfish and play these games and play these mind games, and they're going to fish. The key word in catfish is fish. And they're going to fish for who it is that they can play these mind games with. This is something I had to come to a big revelations about the kind of people that I had around me for all of those years. And I already got into the conversation of where that all stems from. This is the conversation I had, sat down with myself to realize, like, whoa, human beings are so fucked up. And I had such fucked up people around me, right? I had to realize this. I had to realize I have my own family members who are so fucked up to me. Here is another thing that showed up for me when I watched this clip. I find it interesting that these movies are always showing like people who are very artsy. Oh shit. My food is here. Hold on. Hold on, Marco. There you go. All right, I'm back. I was trying to get home a nice little trip. Um, maybe after I finish eating, I'll probably come back and add a little bit more. I have a lot more to say right now. I'm about to go watch a TV show and study some film shit. And I'm going to holler at y'all for real. I'm out of here. I didn't know I was doing it. I didn't know I was streaming for like an hour.